Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno. I'm the founder of Real Men, Real Style. Today I'm going to be answering a question that I get probably a couple times a week. And this is from people that are looking at what I'm doing online and they're curious. Antonio, how do you make money online? And I get this question various ways, but they see that I'm doing, I'm collecting emails, that I have a YouTube channel, I have a website, I have a custom clothier, I do consulting. So they get a feel of how I do this. But I thought, I could break this down and I could give you guys some information. My goal here is not to brag. My goal here is to open your minds that there are more ways to make money than simply trading time for dollars. And this comes from my background where I came from a family that's all we did, trade time for dollars. My mom worked in an animal control office basically in Midland, Texas, and it was, part of her job was going up and scraping dead animals up off the street, things like that. I mean, it wasn't a glamorous job. My stepdad, I can't ever imagine a time that he actually enjoyed what he did. He's worked as a line cook. He's done all type of odds and end jobs. And it's something that I grew up surrounded by people, and I really believe that, the place that you found a job was the classified ads, was, I guess modern day Craigslist. And there are many other ways. Entrepreneurship wasn't even something that crossed my radar. So again, my goal with this video series, and I'm going to break this into a number of videos, is to open your mind to opportunities that are out there so that you can get started perhaps, or you can at least know that this is an option from anywhere in the world. So number one, I'm going to talk about affiliate marketing. Now, Amazon, ClickBank, Share a Sale, Commission Junction, you can go out there and do the research yourself. These are companies that allow you basically to link to other websites and you get a commission of the sale. So it's like going in, imagine if I refer you to a certain website, if I refer you to a certain product, then if you go buy that, I actually get anywhere from 5% to in some cases 75%. Now that high end, I'll explain that and I'll talk about the low end, and it's not, you don't always want to recommend the high end, but that is one of the ways that I make money every single month. Amazon, if you go over to Real Men, Real Style, I link out to that website quite a bit, things I like, things I've owned, things that I trust, and I recommend you go buy them, or at least I bring it to your attention. Now, if you go over to Amazon and you click and you buy, I get about, on average, 7 to 8% of whatever you purchase. So you go over there and you buy a book for $10, I'm gonna get 7% of that, so what's that, like 70 cents. But over time, and over, we get thousands and thousands of viewers at Real Men, Real Style. In fact, right now, every day, we get over 20,000 people per day to Real Men, Real Style. It does add up, and it is what's called a passive income source. Not truly passive like investing in the stock market or something like that. You do need to do a little bit of work here or there, but I would say it's pretty laid back. Like I could actually it's one of those things that allows me to focus on creating and growing my company while this is a revenue source for me. So again, if you can think of affiliate, think of it as actually going in and I'm getting a commission. It's commission sales is basically what it is. Now, probably the next question that you have is, does this affect my opinion? And I'll be perfectly honest. Yes, it does affect it, but I try to be as objective as possible. So what did I just admit to? Well, I'm going to have to say that if it is a product and I know it's on Amazon, and I personally like to buy through Amazon. In fact, my family's one of Amazon's probably best customers. We buy everything from toilet paper we just don't even purchase much out in stores because it's so convenient. It's actually, I like to purchase the best of things. That's what I love about Amazon is I can often choose things. I don't have to get the third best camera. I don't have to walk or drive 30 minutes. Best Buy is about 35 to 40 minutes from me. Why would I drive and spend an hour and a half in my car when I can buy something and have it delivered to my door? And that's, I would say, how it affects me because I am very preferential to those type of services. Yes, I'm probably, and in some cases, it is better to buy an item in the store. I'll use the example of a washer. I just bought a washer. I went over to Menards. I wanted to buy it in store. I wanted to see it, and I wanted to make sure to get the extended warranty. I try to be pretty transparent. If I am recommending something, I'm getting paid for it. I'm getting a commission. How does it work and how can you spot them? Okay, so when you hover over a link, if you look in your bottom left-hand corner, you'll oftentimes see the link. If it looks like a very simple short link, most likely it's not an affiliate link. However, if it's a really, really long link and it's got a lot of gibberish in it, and you see the words REF at some point in that long link, that means basically it's a referral link. Now, is this a bad thing? I don't think so at all, because what it does is it encourages people to actually, and for me, to go out there and purchase the items with my own money and then refer them to you, which is pretty much what I do with Amazon. Now, there are bad cases, and you got to be aware of this. ClickBank is where they sell a lot of information products, and you can make a 75% commission. So in that case, some of the things are set up to, I think, encourage people to try to game the system. And what they do is they try to rank for certain words, and they'll try to say scam. So I see this on a lot of dating products, I see this on a lot of nutrition products. Products that are selling for about $197, maybe $500. They're an information product. The guy who sells it and who is the affiliate getting that commission, he can sometimes make 50 to 75%. So for him or her, it's something that they really do want to get you to buy. And I've seen, you're going to have to use your own best judgment. I would only try to buy through and from people that you trust. And that's why I really feel it comes down to you as the consumer becoming educated and making sure you have trust. I can tell you the one thing I'm never going to violate is your trust. Because I realize, you guys are pretty smart. You're going to figure it out if I, basically sell out. And what is selling out? I'm a big believer in recommending great merchants. However, I would never recommend something I don't believe in. So we've talked about what are affiliate links, how do they affect my opinion, how do they work, and how do you spot them. Now we're going to talk about how much do I make. So like I said, commissions vary anywhere from about 5%, being pretty low on the low end, to about 75%, and that's really high. Usually you're going to see higher commissions on information products. And because if you think about it, pixels don't really cost anything. There's no shipping cost. The cost of a return doesn't really affect the seller. So that's where you're going to see the really high commissions. Usually on physical products like clothing or things from Amazon, you're going to see anywhere from 6%, 7% to 20%. 20%, there are some clothing companies out there that will provide that to the person that's getting the affiliates, and they usually try to do that for people that are sending them a lot of business. 7 to 8% is going to be, I would say, average over on Amazon. Now, Amazon has a tiered system where the more you refer, the higher percentage you can get up. But one thing that's really nice about Amazon is you're working with a trusted company. And as an affiliate of Amazon, I like them because they actually close quite a few sales. Whenever I send people over there, and if they decide, not to buy the book that I referred them to, but they decide to buy the television, well, guess what? I still get a commission on that. The bad thing, and one of the things I probably should have talked about earlier, how they work, there are these things called cookies. So you've probably heard this word before if you've spent some time with it. Cookies refer to, and I've got Subway next to me, not those type of cookies that they sell. These are things that sit on your computer, and they basically let websites know where you came from. Cookies, and you can choose to clear them out of your cache, but basically a cookie will last anywhere from 24 hours to sometimes up to a year. Usually smaller companies, they're going to try to make their cookies last a bit longer to be more attractive. Amazon has enough leverage. I think their cookies only last 24 hours. So why this is important, because if I refer you to a website and if you don't buy that day, but you buy 3 or 4 days later, the cookie may not be there unless it's a very specific website. Like, who is it? Shot Leather. I believe I use Share a Sale with them, and I think that cookie lasts like 30 days, 45 days, something like that. So that was a quick overview. I thought it was quick, but maybe kind of a crash course into affiliate marketing, how I use it. It's one of many revenue sources for my company. And guys, I teach a lot of this in Business with Style. That's a course that I run once a year, and I work with guys who are looking to build up businesses similar to what I have. I'm not going to open the next one until probably summer of 2015, but just in case you're interested, it's going to be a ways out. I've already got the class going right now, but hopefully you found this useful. Let me know. I don't usually put out too many videos like this, but I do get the question from you guys, and I did want to address it. Take care. See you in the next video.